Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to solve a few questions about the quadratic functions. So let's begin. The first question, for the graph of the function, so we have this graph. I hope you can see it. I'll zoom in. Identify the axis of symmetry, the vertex, and the formula for the function. So first, let's find the axis of symmetry, then the vertex. Let's find these two. The axis of symmetry, as you can see, it's always the line that cuts the graph in half. So it's this one. So the axis of symmetry is always x equals. That's the axis of symmetry. It's always x equals. So in this case, it's zero. Not zero. It's about, wow, it's not even accurate. So this is 2, this is negative 2, so it's going to be a little bit close. So let me see the options so we can see it. That's because the graph is not accurate. So it's going to be negative 0.5, of course. As you can see, the axis of symmetry, x equals negative 0.5. Okay? Now, the vertex, we know what the vertex is from last time. So the vertex is here. So it's going to be negative 5 and negative 0.5. That's for the x, and also 0.5 for the y. So, or negative 0.75. Now, because the graph is not accurate, I don't know. That's why they give you the choices. So, of course, it's going to be one negative and one positive. Perfect. One negative and one positive. One negative, one positive. This is, both of them are negative, so this is wrong. So that's the vertex. Now, the question is here, which one is the answer for these? All you need to do is, because x equals negative 0.5, and how do we find x? We have a formula. Now the formula is negative b divided by 2a. That is it. Which one gives you the negative 0.5 is the answer. So for example, I'll take example the first one. How much is the value of a is the first one, the value of b is the coefficient of x. So negative b is going to be negative 1 divided by 2 times a. 2 times a, 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. So it's 1/2. But here, negative 0.5. So that's wrong. Let's check for the second one. So this one is wrong. The same thing, negative b divided by 2a. Negative b divided by 2a. Negative b in this case is negative 1 divided by 2 times a, 2 times 1, which is going to be negative 1/2. So this will be the answer. And that is it. So it's the second one. Why? Because we found the axis of symmetry by using this formula, negative b divided by 2a. It's negative 1/2, exactly like here. And that is the answer. We'll do another example, hopefully you'll see the answer. So that's it. So the answer is this one. In this case, suppose you have 52 feet of fencing to enclose a rectangular dog pen. The function a equals 26x minus x squared. Let me zoom in. I hope you can see it. If I zoom in. Right, to the left, I'll move to the left. No, that's it. Now, I'll read it in case you don't see it. And the function a equals 26x minus x squared, where x is the width, gives you the area of the dog pen in square feet. What width gives you the maximum area? What is the maximum area? Guys, again, to find the maximum or the minimum is you use the negative b divided by 2a formula. So we need to use negative b divided by 2a. Now because here, how much is negative b? b is 26. So it's going to be negative 26 divided by 2 times a. a is negative 1, so 2 times negative 1. And the answer in this one is 13. That's the maximum at, okay? That's the maximum. Where if you plug it in, you get the maximum. And that will be your answer. So all you need to do is take the 13, because that's x. That's the maximum. And you plug it in. So a equals 26 times 13 minus 13 squared. And it will give you the answer. Of course, as you can see, x is the width, so it's supposed to be 13. The only two 13s you have is these two, 169 and 507. Of course, this one will be 507 feet squared. And that's the answer. So the answer is the third one. And let's solve this one. Zoom in as much as I can. Okay, that's it. So in this case, the question is, find the equation of the axis of symmetry and the coordinates, the vertex of the graph of the function y equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. The same thing. We use the formula. To find the axis of symmetry, x equals negative b divided by 2a. That's the axis of symmetry. And the same, that's the value of x for the vertex. So negative b is 4. So it's going to be negative 4 divided by 2 times a, 2 times 2. So the answer would be negative 1. After that, we need to find the y value so we can find the vertex. To find the y value, we take the negative 1 and we plug it in the equation or the function. So y equals 2 times negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 minus 3. In this case, we have 1 times 2 is 2, minus 4 is negative 2, negative 3 is negative 5. So y equals negative 5. That is it. So we have negative 1 and negative 5. And of course here, the axis of symmetry is negative 1 and negative 1, negative 5. And that's the answer. Question 4. It's the same thing, but let's solve it. It's the same thing, guys. Don't get stressed because of the word problems. You don't even have to read the whole, but you should read it so you can understand it. So we have a ball, we threw it up in the air with a velocity of 24 feet per second. Its height, h in feet, after t seconds is given by the function h equals negative 16t squared plus 24t plus 7. Okay, that's the function. This is h is for the height, and the t is the speed, or the velocity. He already gave us 24 feet per second. In how many seconds does the ball reach its maximum height? Okay, round to the nearest. Guys, it's easy. The maximum, to find the maximum, and after how many seconds? We just use the formula, which is negative b divided by 2a, if the expression works, but it's the same thing, 2a. So negative b is 24, so negative 24, divided by 2 times a, 2 times negative 16. Okay, so it's going to be negative 24 divided by negative 32. And if we want to simplify it, we divide it by 8. 8 is going to be here 3. And we simplify 8, which is going to be 4. So it's 3/4, which means 0.75. So it's either the first one, the third one, or the fourth one. Now we need to know how many feet it went up. How many feet? So to do that, we just plug in the 3/4 into the formula. So it's going to be h, the height, which we want to find the height, negative 16 times 3/4 squared plus 24 times 3/4 plus 7, and you get the answer. You plug it in the calculator and you get the answer. Okay? That is it for this question. One of these questions is the answer, so I'm just going to give a guess after you plug it in the function. Let's say it's 13 feet. We'll see. One of them. Okay? All you need to do is plug it in and use the calculator. This one, which inequality statement best represents the graph? So I'll zoom in. So guys, as you can see, the shaded area is here. So this is the graph, and the shaded area is above the graph. As you can see, the shade is above the line. If it was here, it's going to be below the line. But if it's here, it's above the graph. Because it's above, it means that the answer should be greater or equal to. Greater or equal to, because this is a solid line. Because this is a solid line. So if it wasn't, then it will be without the equal. So which one is the answer? As you can see, the greater than, you have the first option. The second one, no. The third one, also an option. So it's either the first one or the third one. Okay? Because these are the only ones that are greater than. Only the first and the third. This is less than, and this one is also less than. Now the question is, which one is the answer? How do we know it? As you can see, the graph is going up. So what does it mean? If the graph is this shape, a is bigger than 0, which means it's positive. But if the shape is downwards, a is less than 0, which means it's negative. So in this case, it's going upwards, okay? So which means a has to be positive. If we go back to the choices, the one with positive is the third one. It's 2x squared. A is 2, but in this case, a is negative 2. But it's not, it's going to be 2. Question 7. The same thing, guys. Find the equation of the axis of symmetry and the coordinates of the vertex of the graph of the function. So I'll zoom it in as much as I can. Now, guys, we solved one of these questions. So I'm just going to go fast. We have y equals 2x squared or minus 2x squared plus 6x minus 1. This is my function. I need to find the axis of symmetry. As we said, to find the axis of symmetry, as we use the formula negative b divided by 2 times a. b is 6, so it's going to be negative 6 divided by 2 times a. a is negative 2, so it's going to be negative 6, which is going to be 1.5. 1.5. So it's going to be the positive 1.5. The only one that has positive 1.5 is the first one. So you don't have to even plug it in to find the vertex. So it's going to be 1.5 and 3.5. It's question 7. That is it. That is it, guys. I'm not going to solve any more. It's going to be the same questions. Please remember, if you have any questions, email me, call the school. If you have anything, we're here for you. Have a wonderful day. Be safe.